Diddy. What's good? This Made Media Magazine checking in. And this video right here is about Diddy. He faces another sexual assault lawsuit as California woman claims he supplied her with drugs, abused her, and made sex tape of the attack in New York City in 1991. I'm about to read this off the Daily Mail. A California woman filed a lawsuit on Thanksgiving accusing Sean Diddy Combs of drugging and sexually assaulting her 30 years ago when she was a student. Joy Dickerson Neal said she was a psychology student at Syracuse University in 1991 when she met Combs. She was working as a waitress at Will's Restaurant in Harlem, a now shuttered historic chicken and waffle spot, and hoping to work in the music industry. She claims Diddy pressured her for a date, then slipped something into her drink before taking her to an apartment, sexually assaulting her, and filming it. She alleges the music mogul shared the video widely and says she was told by Devontae Swing, a member of R&B group Jodeci, that everyone has seen the footage. Dickerson Neal said in her suit that she was traumatized by the encounter and dropped out of college, failing to complete her degree and abandoning her dreams of working in the music industry. She is seeking unspecified damages. Please hit that like button. Dickerson Neal's case was filed under the Adult Supervisor Act, a New York law that provides victims of sexual abuse a one-year window to file a civil lawsuit, even if the statute of limitation had expired. Thursday is the deadline to file cases under the statute. She said in her court document that she was inspired to come forward by Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie, who sued him in federal court on November 16, accusing him of rape and a decade-long pattern of abuse that began when she was 19 years old. One day after Casey filed a lawsuit, which was also under the Adult Survivor Act, she settled with Diddy out of court for $100 million. Dickerson Neal, in her suit, says that when she met Diddy, she was whip smart, beautiful, and aware that her good reputation was an important asset to be safeguarded. The Harlem-born rapper, now 54, was a talent director at Uptown Records, at the time working with musicians such as Mary J. Blige, Jodeci. In 1993, he would found Bad Boy Records, which would make his billion-dollar fortune. She said that she had friends and acquaintances in common with Combs and had appeared briefly in one of his music videos. She claims that he pressured her to a date. So on January 3rd, 1991, she agreed to meet him at the restaurant where she worked, Wells. She said that Combs already had a reputation of womanizing, and Sister Soldier, a rapper from the Bronx, warned her to be cautious. Dickerson Neal said that she chose the restaurant as she knew the staff and felt safe, but alleges that Combs slipped something into her drink, leaving her woozy as they left. She got into his car and they went to a recording studio in the apartment. While in the car, he pressured her to smoke a marijuana with him, she claims. She alleges that he took her to an apartment and she passed out, waking up the next morning unaware exactly what happened, but with pain and sense of shame. Dickerson Neal said she did not go to police, but told her best friend. Shortly thereafter, Devontae Swing, a member of R&B group Jodeci, told plaintiff that Combs had filmed himself sexually assaulting plaintiff and had shown the video to Swing and others while working at the studio, the court document alleged. Plaintiff asked Swing who had seen the video, and he replied, everyone. Plaintiff was mortified as she learned that Combs had filmed the assault and knew it would haunt her for the rest of her life and career. Swing told plaintiff that he wanted to speak up against Combs, but he was fearful that the band would lose their record deal. Jodeci was in the midst of recording their studio album Forever Lady, for which Combs was doing A&R. She says that she experienced traumatic flashbacks to the assault, extreme sleeplessness for days on end, social withdrawal, and would recoil even the most basic physical touch. Dickinson Neal said she became reclusive and had an inability to focus and concentrate as her mind constantly replayed Combs' assault, leading her grades to plummet. The documents state plaintiff mother grew so concerned with plaintiff's sudden downturn in her emotional state and her repeated assertion that she no longer wanted to live. Thus, plaintiff mother instructed her to go to the emergency room. Plaintiff was admitted into a psychiatric unit to treat her emotional trauma, and her physician diagnosed her as experiencing clinical depression. After plaintiff was discharged, she continued to experience emotional turmoil as everyday interactions triggered memories of the assault. Plaintiff also became socially isolated as her classmates labeled her crazy as they learned of her admission into the psychiatric unit. She said she filed police report in New York and New Jersey, but investigators told her they could not proceed without witnesses or corroboration, and those in the music industry did not want to speak out against him. Prosecutors declined to press charges. Dickinson Neal continued trying to work in the music industry and found a job with Stress Management, a DJ management company that represented DJ Funk Master Flex and others. She said that one event Combs confronted her getting down on his knees and denying assaulting her, insisting that he wanted her to believe him when he said he did not do what she was saying, according to the complaint. She said her supervisor, Jessica, asked her what was going on, and she simply replied that Combs had wronged her. Dickinson Neal abandoned her work in the music industry and moved to California. She said that the pandemic gave her time to process what had happened, and rereading her journals encouraged her to come forward. Combs' conduct forever changed the trajectory of her career, denying her what might have been a lucrative and successful career in the music industry, she claims. Plaintiff is confident that she can prove her case through at least a dozen witnesses to testify to her severe emotional distress and harm that she experienced after the assault. Combs' lawyer has not commented on the case. So that's the latest update on the Diddy situation. Man, it's looking ugly. This picture is from the actual night of the assault. You know what I'm saying? All this is off the dailymail.co. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, subscribe. This made me the